Business headlines. To help with that, we're going to bring in accounting professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude, as well as global business consultant Hilary Fordwich. Good morning to you both. Okay, so those markets, they finished the day up. The Dow posting seventh straight day of gains, up more than 350 points. This morning, futures are also up ahead of the opening bell. And yeah, it was a good day for Wall Street for most, but not AT&T. The company shares fell to a 3-decade low. Dan, give us the 411 on AT&T's stock troubles.
So I'm going to start with this word, toxic, as in toxic lead-coated cables that were left over from the Bell Systems programs. So what does that mean? That means that you have in the water, in the ground, and on poles, these cable lines that quite frankly, are toxic. So now the potential liability here for AT&T is literally incalculable. Now, based upon that, you have investors spooked to say, hey, listen, this could be a case of tremendous corporate irresponsibility, and that's not a place that we want to be as a shareholder.
Absolutely not. Yeah, Dan, that is a kind of a disturbing story, lead. How about this, though? From an all-time low to an all-time high, Microsoft closed at a record price yesterday, and that's actually on the news of its AI subscription service. I mean, Hillary, what are people loving about this?
Oh, Alex, this is absolutely huge. Could you imagine anybody watching who owns a business, owns a small business? Microsoft has a 300 million subscription base. What does that mean? That's 300 million built-in customers. Now, this new offering with Copilot means it's going to be added to that suite of services that you already have from Microsoft, that package which includes everything we know as in Word, Excel, and all their PowerPoint products. So this is going to be added. What does it mean? It means for $30 a month, and many analysts thought this was going to come in at $15 a month, $30 a month extra, you now have the offering through Copilot of AI. Could you imagine $30 times 300 million built in? That's their built-in subscriber base. Huge. It's a game changer.
Huge. My goodness. Yes. Well, how about this? So not only did inflation cool in June, so did retail sales. So Dan, sales numbers were actually much lower than expected. Is there a reason for concern right now?
So what we saw here was only a 0.2% increase. So that was lower than what was expected. But I have to say, was it? There is a group that is actually happy about here, and it's called the Federal Reserve. Why? Because as they're raising interest rates, the whole point here is to cool down the economy. In other words, cool down inflation. So we are seeing inflation easing up. But at the same time, are we starting to feel, let's say, that grip of a recession? Well, it could be. So Americans are still spending, but they seem to be holding back a little bit at this point. So let's read the tea leaves. Could be some trouble ahead.
Exactly. Fantastic points, Dan.